My mom called me a family disgrace before guests. She should have never been born. I left that night. 5 years later, they found me. Their pleas, talk to us, meant nothing. Their betrayal built me. Now I'm successful, and they're just past. My revenge is my triumph, and their calls are empty. You know that feeling when you're just cruising through life, thinking everything's cool with your fam, and then bam, reality hits you like a freight train? Yeah, that was me 5 years ago, sitting in my childhood bedroom scrolling through TikTok while my mom was downstairs hosting one of her fancy dinner parties. I was 22 then, fresh out of college with my marketing degree, living at home for a hot minute while I figured out my next move. Nothing crazy, right? Tons of people do the whole boomerang kid thing these days. I was helping with groceries, doing chores, keeping my head down. Thought I was being pretty chill about the whole arrangement. Mom always threw these elaborate dinner parties, you know the type. Fine china, cloth napkins, conversations about property values and whose kid got into which Ivy League school. Real bougie stuff that honestly made me want to grab a Bud Light and watch Netflix instead. But hey, I respected her thing, stayed upstairs during these events, kept the noise down. That particular Saturday night, I was hungry as heck, had been grinding on job applications all day, surviving on leftover pizza and determination. Around 9 p.m., I figured the coast was clear to sneak downstairs and grab some leftovers. These dinner parties usually wrapped up by 8:30, guests heading home to catch their favorite shows or whatever. I tiptoed down in my old Nike sweats and a college t-shirt, barefoot on the hardwood stairs. The house felt quiet, but as I got closer to the kitchen, I heard voices from the dining room. Mom and her crew were still going strong apparently. No big deal, I thought. I just grabbed something quick and bounced back upstairs. But then I heard my name. She's been such a burden since she moved back. Mom's voice carried clear as day. 22 years old and still can't figure out how to be an adult. I froze halfway to the fridge, heart doing that thing where it starts beating in your throat. Mrs. Henderson from next door chimed in with that fake sympathetic tone. Oh, honey, you're so patient. At her age, I would have expected more independence. The worst part, Mom continued, and I swear her voice got louder, more animated, is how she just expects everything handed to her. No ambition, no drive. Sometimes, I wonder if she should have never been born. She's honestly becoming a family disgrace. The world went completely silent for like 3 seconds. Even the refrigerator stopped humming. My brain was trying to process what I'd just heard, but it felt like someone had unplugged my ability to think straight. Family disgrace. Should have never been born. From my own mother, to her friends, about me. I backed away from the kitchen. Slowly, my bare feet making zero sound on the floor. Somehow I made it upstairs without anyone knowing I'd been there, but inside I was completely falling apart. Update. Hey everyone, thanks for all the support in the comments. This is harder to write than I expected, but your messages are keeping me going. Quick question though, am I crazy for what I did next, or would you have done the same thing? That night changed everything, no cap. I sat on my bed staring at the wall until like 2 a.m., just processing the whole situation. Every interaction with Mom over the past few months started making sense in the worst possible way. The subtle comments about my job search taking too long, the way she'd sigh when I came downstairs, how she'd quickly change the subject when her friends asked about me. I wasn't just staying at home temporarily. I was an embarrassment she was hiding. By sunrise, I had a plan. Not some dramatic revenge scheme or anything, just pure survival mode. I opened my laptop and started searching for apartments within my budget, which honestly wasn't much. Found a tiny studio about 40 minutes away that I could barely afford with my savings and a part-time gig. Called the landlord at 8 a.m. sharp, drove over with my deposit that afternoon. Signed the lease on the spot. Spent the next week quietly, moving my stuff out while Mom was at work. Left a simple note on the kitchen counter. Found my own place. Don't worry about being embarrassed by me anymore. That was it. No dramatic confrontation, no yelling match, no door slamming. Just peace out. The first few months were rough, for real. My studio was basically a glorified closet with a hot plate and a shower that barely worked. I was eating ramen and peanut butter sandwiches, working retail at Target just to make rent. But you know what? I felt more free than I had in years. Mom called exactly twice in the first month. Both times I let it go to voicemail. Her messages were short, asking where I was, saying we needed to talk. No apology, no acknowledgement of what she'd said. Just expectation that I'd come crawling back. I didn't. Instead, I threw myself into building something real. Took on extra shifts, started freelancing with my marketing skills, building websites for small businesses on weekends. Every dollar I made felt like proof that I wasn't the loser she'd described to her dinner party friends. 6 months later, I landed an entry-level marketing coordinator position at a growing tech startup. Nothing fancy, but it had potential, and they treated me like I mattered. I finally moved out of that tiny studio into a decent one-bedroom apartment. A year after that, I got promoted to marketing manager, then senior marketing manager. The company was exploding, and I was right there helping build their brand from the ground up. By year 3, I was head of marketing making 6 figures, living in a sweet downtown apartment with city views, driving a certified pre-owned BMW that I bought myself. Not trying to flex or anything, but it felt incredible to know I'd built this life completely on my own terms. Update. Okay, so some of you are asking about my dad and other family members. Here's the thing. Dad always just went along with whatever, Mom said. Classic conflict avoidance. My sister lives across the country and we weren't super close anyway. It was really just me figuring things out solo. But wait until you hear what happened when they finally tracked me down. Year 4 brought the promotion I'd been grinding toward, director of marketing. The company had grown from 30 employees to over 200, and I was leading a team of 8 people. We were crushing our targets, winning industry awards, getting featured in marketing magazines. I was speaking at conferences, building a legitimate reputation in my field. Life was honestly pretty great. I had work friends who became real friends, was dating a cool guy from the sales team, had a social circle that actually valued me. For the first time ever, I felt like I belonged somewhere. That's when Mom found me. Not through social media stalking or hiring a private investigator or anything dramatic like that. Turns out Mrs. Henderson's daughter worked at a company that partnered with mine, saw my name on some marketing materials, and boom, small world strikes again. The first contact came through LinkedIn, of all places. A connection request from Mom with a message. "We need to talk. Please call me." I stared at that message for like an hour before declining the request. Then came the emails to my work address. How she got that, I have no idea, but corporate email addresses aren't exactly state secrets. Professional-sounding messages asking for a conversation, saying the family missed me, that we needed to work things out. I set up an email filter that sent anything from her domain straight to trash. The phone calls to my office started next. My assistant would tell me someone claiming to be my mother was trying to reach me, and I'd just say I wasn't available. This went on for weeks. Finally, she showed up at my apartment building. I was coming home from a team dinner, feeling good about life when I saw her standing by the front entrance. 5 years older, same perfectly styled hair, same expensive outfit, but something desperate in her eyes that I'd never seen before. "Please," she said as I approached. "Just 5 minutes. Let me explain." I stopped about 10 feet away, keys in, my hand, completely calm. "Explain what exactly?" "I know you heard what I said that night. I was wrong. I was frustrated and said terrible things I didn't mean." "Which part didn't you mean? That I'm a burden? That I have no ambition? Or that I should never have been born?" She flinched like I'd slapped her. All of it. I was showing off, trying to sound like I had everything under control. You know how those women are, always competing, always judging. I almost laughed. Almost. "So you threw me under the bus to win some imaginary contest with the neighbors?" It wasn't like that. It was exactly like that. We stood there in the evening air, 2 strangers who used to live in the same house. She looked smaller somehow, older, but I felt nothing. No anger, no sadness, no desire to comfort her or make things okay, just empty. "Look around," I said, gesturing to the nice building, my decent car in the parking lot, my professional outfit. "I'm doing fine. Better than fine, actually. Turns out I had plenty of ambition after all." "I'm proud of you," she said quietly. "I don't need you to be proud of me. I needed you to be proud of me 5 years ago when I was trying to figure things out. I needed you to have my back instead of talking trash about me to your friends." Update. This is the hardest part to write, honestly. Some of you are probably thinking I should have given her another chance, heard her out more. But here's what she said next that confirmed I'd made the right choice. Mom's face crumpled a little, and for a second I thought she might actually cry. Instead, she straightened up and got that familiar edge in her voice. "You can't stay angry forever. Family." "Is family?" "Family doesn't call you a disgrace to dinner party guests." I apologized for that. "No, you explained it. There's a difference." She took a step closer, and I could see her getting frustrated with my lack of cooperation. The mask was starting to slip. "This is ridiculous. You're punishing the whole family because of one comment I made years ago. Your father misses you. I miss you. We want you back in our lives. Where was Dad when you were trashing me to your friends? Did he speak up for me, or did he just sit there nodding along?" Silence. That's what I thought. He didn't know what to say. You know how he is with confrontation. Right. So when push came to shove, neither of you had my back. Both of you were fine with me being the family punchline as long as it kept your dinner party conversation interesting. Mom's expression hardened. The fake vulnerability disappeared, replaced by something much more familiar, irritation that I wasn't following her script. "You've become selfish," she said. "Success has made you cold." And there it was. The real reason for this visit. Not genuine remorse or desire to rebuild our relationship. She was frustrated that her manipulation tactics weren't working anymore, that I wasn't the same person who would have crumbled under her disapproval. "Maybe," I said. "Or maybe I just learned to value myself the way you never did." I walked past her toward the building entrance. She called after me, voice getting shrill. "You can't cut us out forever. We're your family?" I turned around one last time. "Family is supposed to be your safe place. You made yourself my unsafe place. That's on you, not me." That was 2 years ago. She's tried reaching out a few more times. Birthday cards sent to my office, LinkedIn messages from fake accounts, even showing up at a conference where I was speaking. Each time, I've ignored her completely. Last month, I got promoted again, VP of Marketing now, leading a team of 25 people across 3 cities. We just closed a partnership deal that's going to triple our revenue next year. I bought a house in a neighborhood I used to think was way out of my league. Got engaged to that guy from sales. Turns out he's pretty amazing when you give him a chance. My life is full of people who actually like me, who value my ideas, who celebrate my wins and support me through challenges. I have dinner parties now, too, but they're the kind where everyone laughs too loud and nobody cares if someone shows up in Target jeans and a hoodie. Yesterday, I got another LinkedIn message from Mom. Same old stuff about family forgiveness and how much she misses me. But here's the thing that really got to me. She mentioned that Mrs. Henderson always asks about my successful daughter now. See, that's the part that proves I made the right choice 5 years ago. She's not proud of who I am as a person. She's proud that I became successful enough to be worth bragging about to her friends. The same friends she used to trash me to. I'm not interested in being someone's redemption story or comeback narrative. I'm not interested in being the daughter she can finally show off after years of being embarrassed by me. The best revenge really is living well, and honestly, I'm living pretty darn well these days. Not because I wanted to prove her wrong, but because I finally stopped letting her voice live in my head rent-free. Some bridges are meant to be burned. Some family relationships are meant to end. And sometimes the greatest gift you can give yourself is the permission to walk away from people who make you feel small, even if they gave birth to you. Mom's calls are empty now because I filled my life with people who actually matter. People who knew me when I was broke and eating ramen, who celebrated every small victory along the way, who never once made me feel like I needed to earn their love and respect. That's real family. The rest is just biology and shared DNA. I'm doing great, Mom. Thanks for not asking.